is a company out of Dallas, Texas that we work with. We've been working with them, I think, since 2005. And when they came to us, they sell meat. Yeah, it's actually quite lovely what they sell, and so I love visiting there because they always send me with a home with a box of steaks. And so, do you guys have Outback Steakhouse up here? Carrabba's, those kind of things? Okay, so you have went to a restaurant that uses our software.
Oh.
Because every Outback Steakhouse or Carrabba's or about 6 other restaurants in the nation orders from Standard Meat. There's the exclusive supplier to those steakhouses. And the issue that they have is that, and I think we have a good. Yes, this is the, if you've ever eaten here, you have ordered steak that was purchased across BirdDog Software. And this is one of my favorite quotes. Everybody knows vitamins are very important. And so what we deal with is, I think with Outback Steakhouse alone, we have 12 to 1,500 restaurants in the United States. And so they're all ordering steak. But the interesting thing is that steak in Oklahoma and in Texas is bigger than it is in New York. And so what I learned when we went in there was that it's not just, okay, well, it's the East Coast is one size and the Central United States is another and the West Coast. It was like every single restaurant was a little bit different. And so this is an example of a screen that we built and this is an example of a custom screen. This is not standard BirdDog, but gives you an idea of what we do when we need to. And so basically this list right here, you actually go to quick order. What happens is using roles and permissions, the system knows what store the user that just logged in is associated with, and only the items that they have access to are listed here. This page actually has literally thousands of items on it, but it's being filtered by the roles and permissions of the person that's currently logged in. And so every store has less than 20 that they actually have access to. And so that's the first part, is that we're limiting it to just what that store is authorized to purchase. And so that's key, because they have a menu. They can't buy stuff that's not on their menu, and the menus are store specific. And so that's the first thing that we do. The second thing that we do is that in the restaurant business, it's number one, it's kind of trendy, and so we're actually using some back-end processes and Microsoft analytical services. We're actually doing analysis on what they've purchased over the last 4 weeks. And so that is actually a display of how many units of this particular product have you ordered over the last 4 weeks. And then to deal with seasonal issues like Valentine's is next week, when they order an enormous amount of steak, we'll actually show this week last year, just to give them a sneak peek into what did you do this week last year. And so all of that's basically all here on this order entry system. And so the other fun part of this is that from a performance standpoint, every one of those stores has to order from basically Friday morning until noon on Monday. That's their order window. And so when do they all order? Does anybody have a guess?
Yeah, Sunday night?
Yeah, no, 11 a.m. on Monday morning.
So they all order.
Yeah, so this web server picks its nose 6.5 days a week, and from about Monday 8 o'clock you can see it go woo, just like that. And so when people ask, well, can you handle a lot of load? We can answer yes. Yes, absolutely we can, because we've watched it. Yeah, and so they get just a ton of orders right there on Monday. So this side I hate working on right before lunch. So because when you log in, actually let me go back. That I didn't actually do that. You'll notice that I'm logged in here. Notice what it says right here, Outback Steakhouse. And so they basically have another piece that we have is a concept of themes. And so this system, when you log in, actually knows what restaurant chain you're associated with, and the whole website changes its look and feel to match the website that you logged in with. And so this particular one is an Outback Steakhouse, but if I logged in as Carrabba's or Bonefish, there'd be fish across the top. Carrabba's, I think, is Italian. I have Italian food across the top. And so the site actually knows who you are, not only what I have access to, but what the look and feel of this is. And so this works really well in a themed restaurant. The other place that it can do is if you happen to from a go-to-market strategy, you have different audiences and you use different site URLs for that. So I have my B2B site that's specifically aimed at distribution, and then I have my retail, here's how I talk about my product. And we've had customers that did that where they don't sell to the public, but they need a site where the public can come and get data about it so that they'll go back and buy from their distributors. And so we'll set up 2 different URLs. They have completely different looks, different look and feel, different access. Besides filtering what items, the permission system also is more granular than even view. There's like 6 different permissions about, can I view this, can I buy it, can I search for it on the website, and so we use that to control who has access to what at a very small level if we need to.